Oh, why, hello there. Aren't you a pretty little thing? I don't think I've ever seen you at one of these before. Are you freshly turned? Please, even if I had just forgotten you, I can tell you're new just by the way you're acting. Swirling the blood around in your glass, shifting your weight from one foot to another, fidgeting with your necklace. All signs tell, really. You're not very good at hiding it. I do not mean to poke fun. These events are a lot to do with, especially for the first time. If it makes you feel any better, I'm not fond of these events either. I usually just come for the free food and to watch pretty things like you dance around. Perhaps dancing with a few myself. These fancier vampires like to have their meals fresh, so humans walk around. It is rather entertaining. Vampires eye up certain bloods, growing jealous with another vampire's bite their prey before they can. Oh, my apologies. I don't believe we have yet been introduced. I am Lord Alexander, but just Alexander is just fine. And you are? What a nice name. But I do wonder how you got in here with no title. Maybe an act of courtesy from the host, although I very much doubt it. The vampire who turned you must have been very powerful to get in here without one. I see. My apologies. You must be a sensitive subject. Not all vampires have a pleasant turning experience, and not all are lucky to simply be born as one. Although, I will say I am the latter. I was born to be one, and I shall remain one until the day I die, naturally or unnaturally. Although, with the amount of hunters and vampires raids on the rise, I fear my fate shall be the latter of the two deaths. Perhaps some of us are as dangerous as those hunters say we are, but most of us are simply existing. We cannot help with our diet. Blood is the only thing that gives us sustenance. It would be like asking a human to stop eating, or trying to train a cat not to hunt a bird. We don't need to eat human blood, but it gives us the sustenance we need a lot faster. Have you ever tried to drink animals' blood? Sure, they are easier to acquire, plentiful to drink, but when I tried to switch to pig's blood, I took 5 bags full of blood before I felt I had quenched my thirst, just enough to continue all my work. It didn't fill me up, it certainly didn't taste good. I'm sure the humans make a valid point of we're hunting them, but if more were to donate their blood, or in the case of events like these, their bodies, some of us wouldn't need to starve ourselves until I got too much and we just, well, do as vampires do and hunt down the food we need. I have only killed a human once, maybe twice. The first time I did it had been weeks since my last feeding, and I knew I was pushing it, but I couldn't find a reliable source of blood anywhere. I had another week to wait until my regular supply restocked, and I was trying to wait it out until then. That was until a little human stumbled upon my manor, asked something about being there to interview me. What's it like to be born vampire? And from a long line of vampires, part of an ability to just questioned on about vampires' life, normally nosy human stuff. So I let them in, and answering their questions went along with the charade for a bit, until I couldn't take it anymore. When they started asking about questions about food, they kept talking and talking, their neck exposed as they just kept talking about silly human things. I wasn't truly paying attention to what they were talking about. Then I pounced on them, pinned them down, drank from them until they were nothing but pale, lifeless corpse. It was quite the scene, almost romantic. Oh my, I've been talking to you all this time and I've yet to ask you for a dance. Shall we take the floor, little one? I am aware you are not, but it's simply a term I like to use for those newer vampires, to put them in their place and literally remind them of their place in society and that they are below me. It's more of a subconscious thing I like to do, especially to the vampires who forgot their place and try to use their master's name to force their way through the circles that they don't belong in. My apologies. Did you know how to dance before you were turned or after? It is to my understanding that it is not a normal thing for humans to know how to do with that little time they have on this earth, but it is so intimate. Perhaps, but being so close to someone, whether they're strangers or someone you are pinning over, it is rather enticing, isn't it? Being able to bring them in close, feel their chest rise and fall against yours, being close enough to inhale their perfume, maybe even sneak a kiss, just a gentle one on the back of their neck. Everyone else is so absorbed in their own dance to notice what everyone else is doing. It's almost tempting. After all, that dress does show off your neck very nicely, and that is a beautiful necklace you have there. It is a beautiful shade of red. I've never seen that kind of necklace before. Do you mind if I take a closer look? Not here, of course. I fear the other vampires might grow jealous or start giving you so much attention. Indeed, I do not think I've seen such a necklace like this before. This must be where you keep your perfume to help it remain strong all throughout the night, although this scent is all too familiar to me. Do you think you can fool me, human? Not so fast, little human. I'm not done playing with you just yet. Did you really think you could fool me? I thought that story of killing a human would have made you run off, but you are much braver than when I first thought. I could sense there was more human than what I saw. I have to say, the disguise was pretty decent, better than what I've seen before. Whoever did the spell or special effects, makeup to make your ears look pointy, give you fangs for, I'm guessing, just tonight, since you've been running your teeth along them all evening. Clearly, not had proper time to adjust them. I could read you like a book if you wanted to. Watch you squirm, shift your way from one foot to another as you so desperately look for a way out. Willing to do anything? Maybe something drastic to find a way out. But I'll save you the embarrassment. Oh, you cute little human. I think you know perfectly what I want. It's what I've been looking for all night. Entertainment. As I mentioned before, those events are so boring. It's the same old vampires with the same old tricks and entertainment. You think a lord like me could use money to entertain himself, but money only gets you so far. And well, I was just about to leave until I saw you sneaking in, peering through the window before opening it just enough to slide in. That dress isn't the best to move in. I might have saw a little more than what you wanted people to see, but I won't deny that slit does suit you well. Shows off those beautiful legs of yours. And then you walked to the bar, grabbed a drink, and glared at every single vampire that passed by you. You caught yourself before anyone else could notice, but I saw. I watched you from across the room, observed your every move before you even saw me coming. Swirling that blood around in your glass, pretending to take a sip. Oh, really? Let me guess. You're here out of pure boredom. Or maybe you've read too many of those vampire romances you humans do adore to write. So you're here to lust instead. But trust me, they are fantasies and nothing more. Or maybe this was a silly deer from their friend. Some friend they are to let you wander in a den of vampires all alone without a single weapon. No way to defend yourself if a vampire saw through your disguise. Oh, you are simply too cute, little human. You couldn't fight me off if you tried. I have you here in this empty hallway, cornered up against the wall. If you tried to run, you'd alert other vampires, and well, that door over there only leads to an empty office. Oh, little human, you really thought you could run away from me, put up a fight, with just one yell, I could have a dozen vampires surrounding us, ready to pounce on some fresh meat. And judging from how fresh your neck looks, you haven't been bitten before. Who knows what a dozen hungry vampires could do to someone as helpless as you. You look so helpless, pinned up against this wall, your hands held above your head. I still have a free hand. I could roam all over your body, do whatever I like to you. Maybe for now, just tilt your face up so I can get a good look at those gorgeous red lips of yours. I bet if I kissed your lips right now, I could guess the blood you were drinking earlier. May I? Very well, little human. Let me lean in close and get a good taste. I'm getting awfully thirsty. Oh no, this won't do. I don't think I can satisfy my hunger by just kissing your lips. I need to taste you, all of you. Hey, what's up? If you guys enjoyed this, like and subscribe, hit that bell notification. I'd appreciate it. Have a good one.